Hello Nomads, Gypster here. Today I wanted to share some Last Oasis updates and also future plans and how wipes will be implemented into the game coming in October within the Commerce update. First we'll be looking at the new Walker Packer, which is aesthetically pleasing and can be very useful, ranging from your stacked Forager Spider to your newly acquired Exosuit. It equips your Walker as a tool pod would, and you can have multiple on one ship, enabling you to release an army of smaller walkers such as dinghies and fireflies. This ship attachment is only 50 frags and actually fairly cheap to make. Now let's move on to the new Exosuit. This is by far my favorite new addition. It seems to be getting a bit of hate from the community, but I see a bright future with these. Whether it's specializing them to do things such as gathering or releasing a lower health melee combat specialization, either way, I'm excited. As always with this game, it's aesthetically pleasing while being able to hold 500 repeater bolts and also the ability to use explosive bolts. It can rain hellfire on your enemies, my friends. There's obviously a few animation bugs they need to work out, but otherwise it doesn't seem very buggy. It is fairly slow moving, so with the addition of a 3500 soft health meter, you're giving up your mobility. Can fairly easily dominate Rupu camps and seems to be well fit with weaponry and defense. Costing only 4 tablets, it's fairly cheap. Resource wise, the only difficult ingredient is the redwood, as it does require you to have a saw blade, which also requires you to have a tool pod, as that's the only good way of collecting it. You can get it from Rupus, but you're definitely going to want a saw blade. It can reload on one arm and fire with the other at the same time, which is really cool. I'm excited to see where these exosuits end up heading, whether it's battling or gathering, or both. They also said that the exosuits will allow you to use larger tools and equipment, so we'll see what that means, hopefully sooner than later. So we're going to actually move on here. We're going to start talking about the dev logs. I'm going to go ahead and read this off to you guys. We've been keeping an eye on the last 2 content pushes, and basically they're going to continue these smaller weekly updates. Then they answer a question about how they're planning on fixing Zergs. They say they plan on adding content that will benefit players not in larger clans, which if they can pull off would be great. But we're not going to beat a dead horse and talk about Zergs in this video, as it's been discussed hundreds of times. So let's move on to the wipes now. We're planning on introducing full wipes periodically. The first one will happen with the Commerce patch update in October. We know this is a point of contention, and we're working on making it more straightforward for returning players. Also, guys, this wipe needs to happen, as so many items have been duped or hacked within the game that even with the new economy update, with inflation, the economy would instantly break. Alright, so now they say we've been considering different ways of organizing this wipe while reading your discussions and decided to make it a full wipe with additions and improvements to the core mechanics. Since the focus of the update is commerce and trading, we're revamping the way flots are required by introducing unique but limited flotilla orders for each trading station. Traveling salesmen with stalls you can find by exploring the world, and many other new trading mechanics. I think this is fantastic. If they can build value in traveling and trading, so many things can be built around that, such as mercenary guilds, or actual pirating targeting ships that seem to be making trades, or having a real purpose for ships such as the Tusker. And you can continue to add RP possibilities on that. Also, just trading in general is really cool. There's definitely a lack of player-on-player passive communication in this game, especially with different clans. So anything that could get you to do real trading and things of that nature would really help the game out. So this next couple of paragraphs really interest me when it comes to unlocking new tech. We wanted to add a very different process of getting tablets. While sticking with the commerce theme, once the patch is out, you'll be able to buy tablets for flots. While it might sound too easy compared to the current grind, keep in mind that Flotilla never officially sells tablets containing ancient knowledge. If you want to buy them and other players are not selling, you'll have to travel and find black markets to trade with the shady nomads for hard coin. Between acquiring flots, finding black markets, and bringing them physical coins, the new process will be compared and difficult to crafting the tablets, but very different in gameplay and feel. I think this is great if they can keep it balanced. I'm not really sure what they mean by black markets, if that's actually going to be like an NPC or they're just referring to other players. I think they're referring to an NPC though. If it's actually comparable in difficulty, this could provide a very different gameplay loop for all you board players and hopefully bolster the in-game economy. And also, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of harpooning crates and pulling them into shit. It's kind of boring. So here they kind of explain why they are wiping. In general, wipes have a lot of pros and cons. We won't list them all here, as you must certainly know them from different discussions we've seen on forums and Discord. There is one though that makes the decision much simpler for us. In a game like ours, it is close to impossible to introduce big changes without doing a wipe, both for technical and gameplay reasons. For example, it would not work well at all because they already existing economic situation. Like I said earlier, I think there's just the inflation would be ridiculous. People rarely use it in a meaningful way. So that's basically the sum of it all, my friends. Lots of things for the community to discuss about, and hopefully this wipe and update bring life back to this beautiful game. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. I plan on making Last Oasis videos for the forthcoming months, whether it's updates, PvP, guides. If you want to see anything in particular, let me know. Also, if you have any opinions on this, please comment below and let's talk about them. I'm more or less just sharing this information with you guys. I could sit here and talk about what I want in the game, but we're all here to form our own opinions. I can tell you a few things that I like and dislike, but honestly, it's up to you guys. It's up to the community. So long and good night, my friends.